Hello students, today we are going to start a new chapter which is chapter number 6, caring for friends. You all know that this chapter is about caring for friends. How you care for your friend, how you care your friend, how you expecting your friend, how you are making your friend happy. This whole chapter, this whole story is about the two friends. Okay, first of all, we understand some related points about friends or a friendship. Friends play an important role in our life. You know that your friends are very important to you. They help you in any of your difficulties. They make you happy. They make your life better. Good friends care for each other. If you have a good friend, if you have a true friend, they always care for you. We can turn to our friends when we need help. We always call our friends when we need any help in any difficulties. First thing we always remember in our mind that our friend always help for us. True friends stand by each other. If you have a true friend, he or she will always stand by you in every difficulties in any manner. So let's start. The story is the open window. The story is about the open window. It is the name of the story. There are two friends. There were two men who shared the same hospital room. In hospital room, there are the two men who shared the room. They have a two beds for a two men. The two men lying on their beds. They were both seriously ill and bedridden. They have a serious some problems. That's why they are seriously ill and they are admitted in hospital. One man got a bed next to the room's only window. One man is uh, sleeping or sitting just near the window. And this man was allowed to sit up in his bed for an hour. And this man has a right to sit for a 1 hour every day. Why he has allowed for a 1 hour to sit? To help him drain fluid from his lungs. He had a problem of to draining the fluid from the lungs. That's why doctor advised him to sit for an 1 hour. The other man had to spend all his time lying flat on his back. The other man has a back problem. That's why he always lying on the bed. The two roommates quickly bonded and started talking for hours on end. Now the two men have very good bonding each other. They are now become friends and they talk for an hours one and for whole day they talk each other. They talk about their lives, their jobs, their children and their wives. They both talk each other about their whole life, wives, children's, all these uh, talking, all these talks they had for whole day. In no time they became good friends. They became good friends in very short time, and they are now good friends. One day the man on the other side of the window expressed how he envied the man near the window. One day the man on the other side of the window, who is not lying the side of the window, who is other side of the window, he has just expressed how he envied the man. Envied means he wanted something that the other man have. He just wanted I should be there on the next to the window why I am lying here. He just wanted that. The man near the window to he has expressed where you are lying on that bed, that I want to lying on that bed. He has just expressed that. He wished if he could see the view outside and feel connected to the world. He has just expressed his feeling to the other man. He just wanted to see the outside of the window and he wanted to connect with the world. From that day, the man near the window started describing all the things he could see outside the window. From that day, the man near the window, he has decided to express all the things are going outside the window. He will express that whole the story to the man who was far away from the window. Every day for 1 hour, he would describe to his friend how the window overlooked a lovely park with a lake. Now, you know that for 1 hour, doctor advised him to sit for 1 hour. In that 1 hour, he has started to describing outside the world of the window to the other man. He had described the window. He has described the scene. There is a lovely park with a lake outside the window. Ducks played on the lake while children sailed their model boats. He had described their ducks were playing in the water and the children were sailing their boats, model boats on the river. Young lover warmed arms in arm amidst flowers of every color and fine view of the city skyline could be seen in the distance. He had described beautifully that park from outside the window. He has described there are a mix of flowers around there and the lovers are moving in the park. The city skyline is looking so beautiful. The man on the other bed began to live for that 1 hour where he could hear and visualize the world outside the hospital room. The man who was far away from the window, now he was imagining and visualizing whole the story, how the park is looking very beautiful, how the world outside the window is looking very beautiful. He was just imagining and visualizing whole story, and he was living that whole story for a 1 hour every day. That 1 hour of every day would broaden his world, and he felt enlivened by all the activity and color of the world outside. That every day 1 hour he he broadened his world, and he described whole the activity and the colorful world outside the window. He described to the other man. One fine afternoon, the man by the window described a parade passing by. One day in afternoon, he described a parade passing by, means a soldier of parade, soldiers who are in parade in a line manner. They were passing from that outside from window. Although the other man could not hear the parade, but the sound of that parade the other man couldn't hear. He could visualize it as the man by the window vividly described. He was just visualizing whatever that person, that man is saying, that man is describing, because he just believed on that man, because he was his friend now and he trusted his friend. That's why He was just visualizing whatever he was describing. Days and weeks passed by. Like that, days, weeks now passed away. So many days gone, and he describing his story to his friend. One morning, when the nurse on duty arrived for her morning round to examine the condition of the two patients, he found the lifeless body of the man by the window. One morning, when nurse arrived in the hospital room for inspection, for examine the condition of the two patients, he found that a lifeless body of the man by the window. The man who was near the window, he was dead, he was lifeless. The man had peacefully embarrassed his death in his sleep. He was dead. The nurse sadly called the doctor, who too confirmed the news. Now, the nurse called the doctor, and doctor also examined, and he confirmed that man was dead. The hospital attendants were called to take the body away. Now he called the doctor, nurse called the doctor, nurse called the hospital attendants to take away the body. The other man grieved the death of his roommate. The other man was sad for the death of the roommate. He started missing the way his roommate described the view out of the window. Now the man is missing how the view he had described the window from the window. Now he was missing that roommate. The next day, in a hope to have a peek out of the window and the beautiful world outside, the other man asked if could be moved next to the window. Next day, the other man wanted to move his bed to that near to the window. He wanted to move from his place. He had just said happily to nurse to switch the bed. As soon as he was comfortably in his new bed, the nurse delightfully watched as the man attempted to sit on the bed after weeks. As you know that the other man has a back problem, that's why he was lying continuously for whole day on the bed. But as he switched the bed, nurse saw that man was trying to sit up, and the man was comfortably sit on the bed, and the nurse had confirmed the man can sit on his bed for some time. The nurse delightfully watched that man has attempted to sit on the bed after weeks, after so many days. But as he strained to slowly turn to look out of the window beside him, he was stunned to see a blank wall outside the window. As the man he saw from outside the window, he saw there is nothing, just a blank wall. Now he was surprised. There is nothing to see from here, where all the world thinks so. He described everything so vividly in this a new and recent wall. Is this a new and recent wall? Man asked to the nurse, is this a new and recent wall? Because that the man, my roommate, has described me the outside the world so vividly. Where the old things gone? Why did he give me such vivid details that don't exist? Why he had given me this vivid details? Because there is nothing to see outside the window. He asked the nurse. The nurse shook her head and answered his questions. Perhaps he just wanted to cheer you up and make you happy. You see, your roommate was totally blind. Now the nurse had said that your roommate was totally blind. He he had just explained you this beautiful world, because he just wanted to make you happy and cheer you, because he was friend. So what do you understand from the story? The true friends always make you happy in every situation. He was just making him happy to uh, to make his condition better. If the man will and make a hope to live, then it make him his condition better if he is lying on the bed. That's why the roommate trying to make his friend happy so that his condition can be better. So this is the moral of the story. If you have a true friend, then you have to make him happy. You have to be any condition. You have to stand by each other in every difficulties. So this is whole about the story. In Google Meet class, we had already done the exercises, question answers, and the diagram of this caring for friends. So we had finished this chapter. Thank you class. We will meet in next video in next chapter. Thank you class.